Let's talk about American geography for a second. It's a subject that's often joked about, but there's a real reason behind it. For many Americans, the world map feels like a collection of distant places, with only a few names that truly stick. When you ask the average American to point out Indonesia, you'll probably get a blank stare or maybe a hesitant finger somewhere near Australia. Geography just isn't our strong suit, and that's okay, until it comes to travel. Our textbooks might mention Indonesia in passing, but rarely do they dive into what makes it unique. So when Americans think of Indonesia, there's usually just one place that comes to mind. Ask most Americans about Southeast Asia and you'll hear one word: Bali. It's the go-to answer, the only Indonesian destination that seems to have made it into the American travel vocabulary. It's like thinking the entire US is just Disneyland. Fun, but missing the point. There's so much more to see, but we get stuck on the one place everyone talks about. People return from their life-changing trip to Indonesia, but their stories are all about Seminyak, Ubud, and maybe a quick boat ride to another Bali-adjacent island. It's as if the rest of the country doesn't even exist. They rave about the culture, the food, the people, but it's all just one island out of thousands. Imagine if someone visited only Manhattan and claimed to know all of America. It's like visiting New York City and claiming you know rural Montana. The diversity is staggering, but it gets overlooked. Bali has become the default setting for exotic vacation in the American mind. It's the postcard image, the screensaver, the Instagram dream. People book flights without even glancing at a map, trusting Google to deliver them to the land of infinity pools and floating breakfasts. The research stops at Bali, and the adventure never really begins. Bali isn't just a place anymore, it's a brand. It's on t-shirts, mugs, and every travel influencer's feed. The name alone sells the dream. And yes, Bali is beautiful. The beaches, the rice terraces, the sunsets, they're all stunning. But treating it as the only destination? That's just funny, and a little bit sad. It's the Taylor Swift of islands. Everywhere, wildly popular, and you feel left out if you're not on board. But just like music, there's a whole world of hidden gems waiting to be discovered. But what if I told you Indonesia is more than just its main stage? Beyond Bali, there are over 17,000 islands, each with its own story, culture, and adventure. There's a whole festival of islands out there, and you're missing all the other incredible acts. From the dragons of Komodo to the untouched beaches of Raja Ampat, the real magic is off the beaten path. So let's look beyond the Bali screensaver. Let's get curious and see what else Indonesia has to offer. Trust me, the real adventure starts when you zoom out. The next time you think of Indonesia, remember, Bali is just the beginning. Brace yourself. Indonesia is a country, not just a fancy suburb of Australia called Bali. It's a sprawling, vibrant nation that's so much more than the single island most travelers know. If you think Bali is all there is, you're in for a massive surprise. Indonesia is made up of over 17,000 islands. Yes, you heard that right, 17,000. That's more islands than you could ever hope to count on your fingers, toes, and probably everyone else's in the room. If you tried to visit a new island every single day, it would take you more than 46 years to see them all. Imagine the stories you'd collect along the way, each island with its own secrets, landscapes, and people. Indonesia stretches across a vast expanse from the tip of Asia all the way to the edge of Australia. It crosses 3 time zones, making it one of the most geographically diverse countries on Earth. And with over 270 million people, it's the 4th most populous country in the world. Yet, despite all this, most people shrink Indonesia down to just Bali. It's like looking at a masterpiece and only noticing one brushstroke. But with so many islands, you get everything. Towering volcanoes, lush rainforests, pristine beaches, and cultures as diverse as the landscapes themselves. Each island is a world of its own. Some islands are deeply Islamic, others are Christian, and some still follow ancient animist traditions that have been passed down for centuries. The spiritual diversity here is as rich as the land itself. Each group brings its own language, food, and art to the table. From spicy street food in Java to haunting Batak music in Sumatra and intricate Dayak carvings in Kalimantan, the cultural tapestry is endless. It's a kaleidoscope of cultures, traditions, and colors, all united under one flag. Every festival, every dance, every costume tells a different story. So why do travelers get stuck in a Bali-shaped rut? Why do they miss out on the rest of this incredible archipelago? It's like going to a buffet with hundreds of mouth-watering dishes, and only eating the bread rolls. Indonesia is that buffet, overflowing with flavors, waiting to be tasted. Bali is the bread roll, delicious, sure, but just the start of what's on offer. There's so much more to savor if you're willing to look beyond the obvious. There's a whole feast waiting if you walk a little further down the table. Each region serves up its own specialties, each more tempting than the last. Don't let your imagination stop at the first dish. The real adventure begins when you step out of your comfort zone and try something new. The real flavor of Indonesia is in its variety, in the unexpected, the unexplored, and the unfamiliar. Step off the well-trodden path, venture beyond Bali, and you'll discover a side of Indonesia that few ever see. You'll be amazed at what you find. Hidden wonders, breathtaking beauty, and a world of stories waiting to be told. You know the Instagram shot, a woman in a flowing dress on the Bali swing, rice terraces below, or a floating breakfast in an infinity pool? It's the Bali uniform, a visual checklist for the perfect trip. People wait in line for hours, rent the same dress, and snap the same photos. It's less vacation, more content creation. The goal? Make everyone back home jealous with a carefully curated fantasy. But what about the photos you could be taking elsewhere? Imagine sunrise on the rim of Mount Bromo in Java, smoke billowing from the crater, or a selfie with a real Komodo dragon, or an underwater shot in Raja Ampat surrounded by a rainbow of fish. These aren't staged, they're real, raw, unpredictable moments. Bali's photos say, "I did all the popular things." The rest of Indonesia says, "I have a story to tell." One is a pleasant print, the other, a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. So, what do you want your memories to be? Predictable or unforgettable? The choice is yours. Don't just collect photos, collect stories. Tired of Bali's gentle vibes? Maybe you've had your fill of smoothie bowls, yoga classes, and the endless search for inner peace. If you're craving something a little wilder, it's time to trade in the beach loungers for something with a bit more bite. Head to Komodo National Park, where the main attraction isn't a spa or a sunset cocktail, but a 3-meter-long venomous Komodo dragon, the world's largest living lizard and a true prehistoric predator. It's like stepping into Jurassic Park, but this time it's real. And with fewer safety rails, so you'll want to keep your wits about you. Here, you're not just a tourist snapping photos, you're an explorer venturing into wild, untamed landscapes where nature calls the shots. Sail between dramatic savanna-like islands, hike rugged trails with a guide wielding a big forked stick for protection, and keep your eyes peeled for giant reptiles that might be lurking just out of sight. The thrill is real. Your biggest worry isn't whether your coconut is cold, but whether that log on the path just blinked at you. Every step is a reminder that you're in the dragon's domain. But Komodo isn't just about dragons. The islands are wild and beautiful, with rugged hills, hidden coves, and panoramic views that make every hike an adventure. The waters here are a diver's paradise, teeming with manta rays, reef sharks, turtles, and some of the most vibrant coral reefs in the world. Whether you're snorkeling or diving, the underwater world is just as thrilling as what's on land. Hike up Potter Island for a view you'll never forget, 3 sweeping bays, each with a different colored sand, white, black, and even pink. It's a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. At the end of the day, eat fresh, simple meals under a sky full of stars, far from the beach clubs and crowds. Here, dinner is about good company and the sounds of the sea. It's just you, the endless ocean, and the primal silhouette of the Dragon Islands rising from the water, a scene that feels both ancient and untouched. Here, nature is in charge, and you're lucky to be a guest in this wild, raw world. Every moment is a reminder of how small we are in the face of true wilderness. Bali helps you find your center, Komodo helps you find your pulse. It's the perfect antidote to the ordinary, a place where adventure is always just around the corner. If you want adventure, this is it. Komodo is for those who want to feel alive, to test their limits, and to collect stories worth telling. So leave the flower baths behind, meet the dragons, and discover a side of Indonesia that's as wild as your imagination. Now let's visit Java, the beating heart of Indonesia. In Yogyakarta, or Jogja, you'll find the country's soul. This isn't a beach town, it's a deep dive into culture, history, and art. Jogja is home to Borobudur, a massive Buddhist temple, and Prambanan, a stunning Hindu complex. Watching sunrise at Borobudur is a spiritual experience no yoga class can match. But Jogja is more than ancient stones. It's a vibrant city full of artists, students, and musicians. Explore the Kraton, watch a shadow puppet play, or learn batik. And the food? Try gudeg, a sweet jackfruit stew, or street food you'll never forget. Jogja doesn't need trendy cafes, it's confident in its culture. Here you feed your mind and your stomach. Forget the avocado toast, this is the real flavor of Java. Come for the temples, stay for the soul. Bali's beaches are nice, but if you want to see the ocean at its wildest, go to Raja Ampat. Off the coast of West Papua, this archipelago is the epicenter of marine life. Over 1,500 islands, untouched reefs, and more fish than you can count. Diving here is like entering the ocean's VIP lounge. Schools of barracuda, swirling tornadoes of fish, and vibrant coral await. Above water, the view from Pianamo is a fantasy. Mushroom-shaped islands scattered across turquoise seas. Stay in a simple homestay, wake up with the sun, and let nature set your schedule. No roads, no crowds, just pure, raw beauty. Raja Ampat forces you to disconnect from the modern world and reconnect with the planet. Bali is a party. Raja Ampat is a symphony. If you want to be awed, this is where you go. The ocean has never looked better. Dive in and see for yourself. This is the underwater kingdom Bali wishes it was. Craving adventure? Sumatra is calling. It's wild, rugged, and spectacular. Think dense jungles, smoldering volcanoes, and rare wildlife. The top reason to visit? Orangutans in the wild near Bukit Lawang. Trek through the jungle, spot red apes swinging overhead and feel like a true explorer. Beyond the jungle, climb an active volcano or visit Lake Toba, the world's largest volcanic lake. Meet the Batak people, discover unique traditions and soak in immense natural beauty. And don't miss the coffee. Sumatra's beans are legendary. Visit a plantation, see how it's made, and sip the freshest cup you'll ever have. Forget trendy cafes. This is the real deal. Sumatra isn't for those seeking just a pretty picture, it's for travelers who want a story, an experience, and a taste of the wild. Ready for the adventure? Let's talk food. Bali's scene, smoothie bowls, avocado toast, vegan cafes, pretty but not very Indonesian. Step outside Bali and a universe of flavor explodes. In Sumatra, try beef rendang, rich, spicy, unforgettable. In Java, savor gudeg or soto ayam, each town with its own twist. Sulawesi brings grilled fish and fiery sambal. This is food that tells a story. Bold, diverse, unapologetically local. Eat at a warung, try something you can't pronounce and let your taste buds travel. The real flavor of Indonesia isn't in a trendy Bali cafe. It's on a street corner in Jakarta, a village in Sumatra, or a seaside grill in Flores. Put down the chia pudding. Go find the real thing. Your stomach and your soul will thank you. Taste the adventure. So we've seen Indonesia is vast, diverse, and full of adventure. Yet, I know the hesitation, but Bali is just so easy. I'm not saying skip Bali, it's beautiful, but don't let it be your whole trip. Think of Bali as the appetizer, not the main course. It's time to say, Bali, it's not you, it's me. I need to see other islands. Next time you plan a trip, open a real map of Indonesia. Look at names like Sumatra, Java, Borneo, Sulawesi, Flores, Papua. Pick a place you've never heard of, do a little research. You'll find something that excites you more than another swing photo. Dare to be different. Be the traveler with a story about orangutans, not just a floating breakfast. Try the weird, spicy stew. Step out of the Bali box. The real Indonesia is bigger, wilder, and 1,000 times more interesting. Go explore it. Your memories will be infinitely richer.